Okay, I just finished my last video and I was pretty much wrapping things up, and I saw this popped up on my homepage. It says Duke of Influence, Prince Harry. Trailmaker Relay 2020, our 100-kilometer virtual team event organized with at Grotorg and start today. Someone with a special connection to the Gurkhangs and Nepal would like to join us in making the occasion by wishing our participant good luck with the incredible challenge. Before I show you this tweet that he spoke on, I want to go back to some of the things he had said on President Obama's foundation interview. So this will sort of make somewhat a little sense to what he's doing now. All right, so enjoy the video. I'll show you the Obama interview and then the video here on Twitter. All right, thanks for watching.
Well, we're going to come back to that in a little bit in terms of some of the efforts that you have around leaders in the military. But I want to ask you, you traveled the whole world in both your role, in your royal role. As you were going around the world, how did you get more focused on things that you cared about? I mean, we see a lot of pictures of you with children. You spent a year in Lesotho, yep. Right? And, you know, bring that to life for us.
I get all of my passion, inspiration, and energy from young people. And that is from the ages of 6 or 7 in the Caribbean, when you get a 6-year-old turning around to you and telling you exactly how much damage your country and the developed world is causing them, all the way to 28, 30-year-olds who, at some point in their life, have already a better understanding of duty and service than I ever did at that age, because it's all about giving back. So I think that, look, lots of people say that, oh, your job of traveling the world is wonderful. Of course, it's wonderful, but when we get sent to some countries, we don't always get to see the beautiful parts. We're always there trying to deal with some of the issues, but also doing everything we can to bring people together to make change, to make positive change. And it's an absolute joy and a privilege to meet the younger generation of change makers across the world who genuinely believe in the fact that they, as a single person and as a group and as a community and as a nation, not only can change their country, but can change the world as well. And that is what keeps me going on a day-to-day basis.
So when a 6-year-old says to you that your country is ruining theirs, what do you do or say?
Agree with them slightly. Look, I mean, look, we all know the issues that are out there, you know, with the climate and the environmental issues. And I don't want to say it's refreshing, but it is nice to know that kids that young have an appreciation and understanding greater than some of the people who have been on this planet for 60, 70 years.
Because my sense would be that you've seen a lot of things up close. So you've seen miracles and you've seen great sadness. I mean, you go to a famine. Most of us read about one. And so you can see some things that perhaps none of us could really understand the scale or the breadth of the devastation up close. And you're saying that young people are the ones that keep you motivated to do this work. Why do you think young people are often so underestimated by society? Why do you think that 6-year-old voice or that 10-year-old voice or that 15-year-old voice is not treated the same way as that 60-year-old voice?
Because that's the way it's always been, you know, before social media, before internet, before the way that everybody was connected in a positive way. It was always presumed, this is my take on it, which may be very wrong, but I think the presumption was always the longer you spend on this planet, the more experience and the more knowledge that you have. Fine, I think we all agree that the longer you're around for, the more experience you have. But what kind of a world are we going to end up being part of if we don't listen to the younger generation who have all the solutions, they're better connected than ever before, and because of the connectivity, they have the opportunity and the ability to be able to fix problems in a quarter of the amount of time that anybody else of previous generations was able to do over a 10, 15, 20-year period.
The protocol may have been lending your name and using your name to create a halo around the organization that would benefit it. And it sounds like the younger royals are more about more than just name association. more direct action and involvement. So do you feel you're more hands-on? Is that fair to say?
I think in today's world, you have to be. I think you have to be much more hands-on, and also.
Why? I mean, why do you have to be? You could have done it the same way. You could have had 200 charities and been a patron of them. I mean, no one would have thought any different.
No, but if you end up working individually for, let's say, 200 charities, in today's world, I think that kind of dilutes the impact that you can have. What our foundation is all about and what our platform is all about is encouraging people to come together, to work together, so that there's less competition within that sector, whether it's financially or otherwise, and saying, right, guys, you're doing the same thing. Please, let's get around a table, talk to each other, work it out, and come up with a long-term strategy. But as I said, you know, with the way that the world has changed and with the platforms that we now have, used in a positive way, we can really bring people together from all over the world, across the Commonwealth of 52 countries, of a third of the world's population, of which 60% is under the age of 30. That is a platform of youth, of which needs to be listened to.
But the scale and the vastness of that is really hard then to manage. So how do you pick what you're going to do? So you mentioned the Invictus Games. You do everything from that to a program to develop coaches in the UK. You do, and around the world. You mentioned Heads Together, which is focused on mental health. How do you decide what to do? Because you have literally seen a lot. You've seen a lot of programs. You've seen great need in the world. Who puts a finger down on something and says, this one? Yeah,
it's, I think when you're part of a large charity or a large foundation, I think it is very hard to say no. But I think what we've realized is it's even harder to have a finger in every single pie. And therefore, for us, early intervention, where possible, is definitely the key. Impact is definitely, has to be the priority. You know, none of us want to spend the rest of our lives connected to charities of which we're just making people's lives better. Far rather identify a problem and try and fix it before it becomes an even bigger problem.
Almost 5 years ago, I travelled to Nepal to visit communities, meet families, and see firsthand how the country was rebuilding following the devastating 2015 earthquake. Buildings, temples, homes, and entire villages had been completely demolished. But it was clear that despite everything the Nepalese faced, their spirit and their resilience never weakened. There was a clear sense of care and compassion for each other. With COVID-19, the world is being pitted against a new challenge, one that is devastating and destructive in its own right. And I am heartened to see that once again, the Nepalese spirit is unwavering. In Afghanistan, I was honoured to serve alongside the Royal Gurkha Rifles. These soldiers showed me what they believe in. They showed me what their values are. The Gurkha Welfare Trust and Oxfam are working together to supply PPE, establish hand-washing facilities, and support public education. They are rallying together in incredibly difficult circumstances to help communities beat this virus and to save lives. I want to thank you for signing up for this year's Trailwalker Relay. Thank you for stepping up for the Gurkhas, for Nepal, and for all the communities impacted by this pandemic. Doing this relay virtually is going to make it even more difficult than it already was. So you're going to need to dig deep, physically and emotionally, to get you and your team across those 100 kilometers. I know that you can do it, and with every step you take, just remember that you're helping those who need it most. So, thank you, and good luck.
Okay, this is gonna be my first video. I'm gonna edit it now because they just posted 27 minutes ago. So let me get to work. I was just about to be done, and this is my last video. It's gonna be the first one to edit. So let me get to work. I have a lot of videos now to edit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.